Welcome to episode 4 of the Critical Coach podcast. If you want merch, you can get that on the website now. It's at thecriticalcoach.com/shop, and you'll find t-shirts, singlets, and headwear. I've ordered samples for hoodies, which I'll hopefully get this week, and then I'll probably add beanies after that. In this episode, we're going to be doing an article that popped up on the website a while ago, Floor Shifts Paid to Practice. I'll talk about floor shifts and how you can exploit them to become a better coach. Cheers. If your gym has floor shifts, you're one of the lucky ones. There's chores to do like wiping down equipment, cleaning the floor, and refilling toilet paper, but that's as bad as it gets. Once that's done, you're getting paid to practice coaching and develop your coach's eye, discover the telltale signs of different movement faults, and improve your problem-solving ability. The first gym I worked at was a CrossFit box, so there were no floor shifts. I coached my classes and then I was done, but I wasn't a very good coach. I saw exercises being performed poorly, but couldn't figure out the cause. And because I didn't understand the cause, I couldn't fix the problem. It bugged the hell out of me, so in an effort to get better, I began spending more time at the gym just to watch people train. It probably looked a little strange, a coach sitting off to the side, intently watching someone perform the same exercise again and again. But it was an invaluable experience. The first problem I went after was the front squat. What causes people to drop the bar? I'd been told to watch for the arms dropping and that worked, but only sometimes. There was something else I wasn't seeing. I noticed that some people flexed their spine without dropping the arms, and that caused the bar to drop too. But what gave it away? It might sound weird, but if I was focused on someone's arms, I couldn't see their spine flexing. This meant that it took at least 2 reps for me to figure out why someone dropped the bar during a front squat. 1 rep to check the arms, and another one to check the spine. How could I figure it out in 1 rep? I had no idea, so I just guessed. Then I'd see if my guess predicted the outcome. I did a lot of guessing and watched a lot of reps. But then I had an epiphany. Watch the angles, not the levers. If I watched the angle created by the torso and arms, I could tell whether someone dropped their arms or flexed their spine. If the angle got smaller, they were dropping their arms. If it didn't, they were flexing their spine. But soon enough, that stopped working too, so I made more guesses and watched more reps. Recycling my earlier epiphany, that is to watch the angles and not the levers, allowed me to recognize a third cause, confusing head height with squat depth. By now I'd developed my coach's eye to the point where I could observe multiple joints simultaneously. I used that new skill to watch the angles created at the hips, knees, and ankles, and this meant I could tell when people stopped descending in the squat. If the angles at the knees and ankles stayed the same, but the angle at the hips got smaller, I knew they were lowering their shoulders without lowering their hips. This caused the torso to pitch forward, allowing the bar to roll off the shoulders. I left that gym after a couple of years and went to work at a new one. This one wasn't a CrossFit box, it was a gym, and that meant floor shifts. I was getting paid to supervise the gym and help its clients. I had to do some cleaning, but so what? Once that was done, I was getting paid for something I used to do for free. Better still, because classes weren't the only thing on the menu, I could talk to people while they were training. This meant that I could go beyond watching and thinking. Now I could test out my solutions and get instant feedback on whether they worked. Furthermore, I could watch other coaches doing one-on-one sessions or small group sessions. I'd watch them with their clients and try to identify faults before they did. When they saw something wrong, I'd listen to their cues and see how effective they were. If they worked, I'd try to figure out why and how it could be done better. If it didn't work, I'd think about where they went wrong and how I could avoid the same mistake. By exploiting the opportunities in front of me, I became a better coach. It didn't require training or expensive equipment, but it did take time and a willingness to fail. Fortunately, most of those failures were private. Ideas failed in my head before they failed with a client. Over time, I developed a reputation as a quick thinker, but I'm not. I'd just seen those problems before. I wasn't solving them on the fly, I was remembering the solution. And I got paid for all of it. Don't waste your floor shifts. Thanks for listening. If you've got any questions or comments, you can find me on Twitter at critical_coach, on Facebook at The Critical Coach, or one word, and on Instagram as the_critical_coach.